Emma and I have been having some interesting conversations about if we want to buy property eventually, somewhere that we would just call a home base. We love living in an RV, we love traveling. I don't see us ever buying a house. It's just not something we need. But if we want to buy a plot of land, generally speaking, the things that we could afford would be a little far out, a lot of desert land, right? A lot of mostly just dirt plots. Totally fine for us as long as the weather is okay, but the reality is that the affordable land anywhere is really going to be a little farther out, and it's probably going to be desert. So not what most would call ideal, or
no, but it's ideal for us in that regard.
Yeah. Plus, we don't like being around people. I don't like neighbors. But the question is, how do RVers do in this climate? We're in Las Vegas right now. It's what? The hottest part of the day. It's what, 87?
Yeah, it's 87. It's 1:30 in the afternoon.
It obviously, practically speaking, all an RV is just like any house, right? Houses are just a bunch of box rooms with a box lid. And obviously they have air conditioning, they have these things. Whereas an RV is just a very small version of that. Let's not kid ourselves. That's all it is, and it also has wheels. Well, we're gonna check out two campgrounds. One is a KOA here. Actually, this one's right next to Sam's Town Casino?
Yeah.
Kind of neat. Now here at the KOA, obviously, people are usually more temporary. Hey, let's see what they're doing, what rigs they have, and things like that. And then we're gonna check out one, it's called the Roadrunner. And obviously those folks are a lot more set up.
Yeah.
And rates are much more affordable. But let's do a little RV park walk. Starting off, that's a beautiful Laramie Ram. Big old voltage. They've got 3 air conditioning units.
One fixing my front window there.
Oh yeah. I don't know, do you think the Reflectix works as well as we hope? You have to leave an air gap.
I think it works as well as it works. I don't love it.
I suspect that it would be better to put it on the outside to prevent the rays
from entering at all.
Yeah, doesn't that seem like it would be better? I don't know.
Yeah, it looks sketchy.
It does look looks a little worse. That's the trick, right? Is trying to make something. Oh, I like their e-bikes. Trying to make something that it looks as good as it is functional, right? These folks in the Solitude have a good amount of solar up there, I see, and their mounts are very interesting. It looks like they're using long Z. Kind of looks like it's long Z, maybe not. Oh, it's very interesting though. Like the people on the back of this Chevy. A lot of fifth wheels out here. I'm not seeing anything particularly unique. Obviously they have hookups.
I think a lot of this is just hookups, yeah.
Yeah, hookups, and then whatever air conditioner their units have. I think KOAs also have like age restrictions, maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah. Most of these out here, like the pretty Georgetown right there, most of these pretty new. President Integra. Oh wait, it's a newer truck, like an 07 Chevy, and then it's definitely an older style camper. That's a nice Rebel. That's probably an 07, 06. Not seeing anything unique yet. Speaking of little boxes, that Airstream right there is the little Airstream base camp back there. Those things are just ovens. I mean, it's an oven. We actually lived off grid. We had 500 watts of solar, not even remotely close, and the solar panels were iffy, in Nashville. And it was, I mean, the humidity was bad, but that little thing, humidity or not, that Airstream trailer, whoo, that thing cooked us. It was so bad. Even at night, it was just like horrible. Now, that was obviously like no AC in Nashville's kind of stupid, but we made it work.
We did make it work.
For a year.
We had a friend with an apartment nearby that had air conditioning for us.
And a swimming pool.
Yes.
What a difference that made. Oh, that's a cool bus. Check that out. Interestingly, I don't see an air conditioner on that, do you?
Yeah, really cool smart car.
Yeah, like a whole black setup. That's nice. I'm surprised to see that at KOA. I thought they had more restrictions. That's nice. How in the...
I think it's too hot here to have restrictions. Like, I think you would have to, like...
That's fair.
It's only decent to give people a place to go.
Yeah. If you can pay, yeah, there you go. And that's what I mean, people all come from all... Oh, I see. They have a mini split unit. That's how they're doing that. No, they have 2 separate mini split units. Actually, the condensers are down below. That's cool. Wow, that's a pretty nice setup, actually. No reflectix on that bus though. That's kind of interesting. Look at this bounder. That's a long rig. It's a long rig. I'd be charging my Tesla if we had full hookups all the time. See, these guys have a little bit of, I don't know if that's just a bug net or
the sunscreens on their window.
I bet you that makes a difference.
They put them on houses around here too.
Boy, they sure are close to each other, aren't they? Wow. Yeah, we've seen them on houses on occasion. We also we've seen, like, they'll put the it's like almost like a dust filter.
Yeah.
Almost. Look at this. What is that, a redwoods? Oh yeah, redwood. Oh, that's a pretty rig right there, isn't it? Oh man, there are some unique rigs, but yeah, we're seeing a lot of vacancies.
Yeah.
So, oh man, that's a beautiful setup. Oh, that's nice. Truck matches as well. I'd really like to see folks with solar. I don't know that we're going to see a whole lot of that at an RV park with hookups, but
No.
what is that called? The Titans? Look at that. That's a short little Class A. Huh. Kind of interesting, isn't it? And look at this cute little Majestic. I think it's only a 19-footer. Not a big fan of the, because they're just budget units, obviously. And it looks like they probably got a pretty good deal on those. You can find those for $30,000 to $45,000, somewhere in there, depending on the part of the country and all that. But they're such a cute little unit. I think they have like a corner kitchen, and then your bed's up top. You got a corner bathroom. Their wall is separated a little bit, but hey, that'll get you around, and way better than a van, I'd think. So at least you can walk in that, take a shower, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Not huge tanks, but oh, and is that an Alpha? That's an Alpha Sia. Looks an awful lot like that mobile command unit we saw with the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
Out in Wanapaka? Wapanak?
Whatever.
In the
Wapanaka.
North,
Whatever. That place.
I do see some solar on this up there, but the tire covers seems like that would be a must, especially on the south side. But really on all of your tires. Yep, that's a must. I like those ones kind of snap on. That's neat. And an Airstream. Yeah, those, you roasting those. Now I will say this, Airstream uses and they have for many years now, a special kind of metal on the roof, which is actually Alcoa, similar to the rims. It's a coated roof. I don't know that it makes the biggest bit of difference. Obviously when the sun's most overhead, like, it probably does make a little bit of difference. But if your ambient sucks, that's one thing. And all of your sides, because the Alcoa metal is so expensive, they don't use that on all of the sides. So yeah, the white roof is not just painted white, just for fun. It's an actual purpose-built deal. It's basically an oven. I think we can attest to that.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna head over to the next park, because those guys are full, like those, they're moved in. Standards might be a little bit different. How much you pay for the park is gonna be a little bit different. Whatever they're doing, it clearly works. There's year-round folks there. I have to check that out. I think this says it all. This is the Roadrunner RV park. Daily rates, $45. Weekly, $139. Monthly, $429. You're not gonna see those rates anywhere in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
It's wild. And those rates, from what I understand, are this way all year round.
Yeah.
So, kind of a cool thing. Let's see though, because a lot of these folks they're long timers, right? They're here for a while. But you can see there's a lot of these window AC units, which is a great idea, I think. You got that, you got one like that. And so that one's a piece of wood. It looks like they're doing like a fascia on it. A little different than our idea. Of course. Oh yeah, see, and that's actually kind of nice, because yeah, it looks like maybe they sandwich wood. One doesn't look too bad. With the frameless windows, they tilt open. There you are. And another one there. They got a little reflectix around that, but been kind of browsing around to see if anybody's kind of done the idea that we had tried in Lenny D bus. Not seeing a whole lot.
No.
I mean, I guess you really wouldn't see it either way, right? The idea is that it's more stealthy.
These people that you were talking about putting the reflectors on the outside of the window.
Yes, indeed. Sorry for the wind, guys. Yeah, so actually you can see some reflectix on the inside of this Riverstone, but the heat is already there. But I wonder if this makes a difference. They put it on, kind of seems like it might, right? It reflect the the heat before it even reaches the inside of the. Yep. Oh, and they're using a little stand for their AC unit there. I mean, I gotta think they did it for a reason. Not the most aesthetically pleasing, but I suppose that you could paint that black, or maybe like black fabric, a vinyl of some sort, but that would probably just crack anyways. So, you know, some things it's kind of like, is it even worth it? Putting it in, you can still have the light if you want it, but putting the AC on the small window makes good sense on the slide. That, I don't know if that was a window originally or what, but they've got one up there. It actually kind of appears that everybody's doing that, and I can hear them running the rooftop unit. The rooftop units are way noisier, but everybody seems to have these. Maybe my like window AC unit idea wasn't really that dumb after all.
Yeah. I feel like putting reflectors inside the windows makes it so you can take it out if you want to actually access the window, or if you tape it on the outside, you can't really pull it down easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. They've got a, is that a mini split? Must be. Yeah, mini split on the roof. It's interesting. If you don't move that much, there you go. Let's see. I'm trying to look for something that's a little more unique. I know some folks don't really like the way this looks, but I'll do it too.
I think it's functional, especially if you're just parked here.
Well, and after a certain degree level, it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, and this Jayco, they've got a black unit. I like the look of that. Yeah, the window units aren't super quiet, but the overhead units are a lot noisier, I noticed.
Really and they rumble the whole rig.
And they vibrate a lot. Man, everybody's got these going on, don't they?
It's quiet here.
Everybody, it is very quiet here. I don't know what I was expecting from the Roadrunner. The main road up there is iffy. But this is way nicer than any of the cheaper RV parks along 99 and Linwood area in Washington, north of Seattle. This is way nicer. These guys actually have two. Just gonna wrap their whole rig in reflectors. Good idea. These guys have two. One for the, I imagine, bedroom, and one for the sled. Those are big units. But, when you're running, I think a 5,000 BTU, a lot of them are under, especially if you're not going full blast, a lot of them are under 600 watts, which, that's pretty nice. You can run that off of 30 amp pretty easily. Yeah, they've got two units. You're not as well insulated as a lot of houses, although some houses are not as well as they should be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing it. It seems like it's all the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. Set the unit in there. These guys have a little pole for, some units need to be better supported than others. Yeah, set it in there and then just make a cowling. That's all it is. Am I wrong?
No.
Doesn't seem too much different. I kind of like the ones where people paint them black, or, that's a big unit. Whew, that's a big one. I think it makes good sense. Just heat the whole, or cool the whole rig. And the bigger units, like our ours that we got for Lenny V bus, that one will actually also heat up down to about 40-45 degrees or something like that. Yeah, I do think though, if you don't treat the wood, cover the wood, it will it'll rot. So, but it's only a couple. Yeah, I guess that is the thing they're doing. They are actually yeah, like if you use the aluminum tape though, it won't stand out as much, I guess. But black works. Look at this big old sucker. Big old destination trailer. People are pretty close together, but it's not too terrible. Not too much less than what we have right now at the RV park we're renting. I like the reflective alien. That's cute. That's a big Sprinter. Look at that sucker. Oh man. All right, so it seems like there's kind of two areas. I wonder if that's like the more temporary site over there. Maybe I'm mistaken.
I think it's all kind of the same.
Is it all kind of the same?
Kind of looks the same to me.
I like that they don't have like an age restriction though. Everybody needs somewhere to go.
Yeah.
This is a great option. Oh, they used a little bit of insulation board there. That's a good idea. Oh, and these ones, I like these ones. So this is a Medea U-shape. A U-shape, and you can use these with sliding windows. But they're more like a mini split design, which is kind of cool. They're supposed to be much more efficient, SEER-wise. I know that the $150, $180 Walmart units, I think they're like a SEER of like 12 to 17, somewhere in there. Hey, if it works, it works.
I think about the footprint of this RV park. And where they can fit like 150 RVs,
A lot. Yep.
they probably put 20 houses.
Yeah. Yeah, and these are people's everythings, right? It's their whole homes. That's a great idea, I think. In terms of like, yes. I mean, if you put an apartment here, you'd probably get more. But it's nice because this gives people the freedom. Oh, I like the it's a Catalina. That's pretty nice. Yeah, this gives people freedom and opportunity. It costs less, and at the end of the day, instead of paying what $1,500 to $2,500 for an apartment, you can spend much less per month, and you actually have something at the end of your loan.
Yeah.
You know, it belongs to you. I like that. So everybody that just get an apartment. Do you, but not for me. Yeah, these folks have. I noticed that it's kind of eaten up on the last one. Oh, they did. Maybe they're doing 2 layers, like one on the inside and one on the outside.
They might.
Like sandwiching it. Huh. Yeah, given that the heat is so. Oh, there's one actually. Kind of a hidden AC unit in there. They've got Reflectix and the hidden one. So they have that fridge vent. What looks like a fridge vent on top. Draws the air in, pushes it out the side. So there's an example of one. So those are basically just window AC units doing fundamentally what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
The part we didn't have though was the roof vent, which I suppose we could do.
Yeah.
If we really wanted to design it that way. Our Escape really doesn't need it though. I've seen people do the ACs underneath like your dinettes or your couch. Those are cool, but then the cold air is already down there.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to have it a little higher or eye level. Yeah, I like them in black. I like the black ACs a little better. I know though that they attract more heat. Hey, wise cams. Wise cams, all right. We're on to something here. That's cool. Yeah, I'm trying to look for, I mean, that's basically what people are doing. They're worried about stuff getting stolen, unfortunately. Trying to see anything else, but that seems like what it is.
Yep.
Reflectix, installation boards, window AC units.
Yeah.
And I just imagine though that a lot of, especially the older rooftop units, you're not using those on 30 amp, maybe on 50, but like your power bill would be extraordinary.
Yeah.
Whereas the window units will run at what, a third to a half of the wattage.
Yeah.
Or even less maybe. Anywho, I think that's gonna do it. They have cinder blocks on their roof. They have a lot of trust in that roof, don't they?
Well, then that's satellite now.
Oh, is that what that? Oh, yeah. Oh, they're talking to aliens. Anyways, I hope you got some ideas from this. I like that. Yeah, you got one right there in the side window. I like to check it out. If we decide to buy property, I think we're already on the right track. We've already used the Reflectix window ACs.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.